I've got some political beliefs. I believe that there will be a second referendum on Scottish independence, and if the Scots are serious about independence, they'll let English people vote. And then they'll be independent, because if you can rely on English people to do one thing, it's to vote against shit just to annoy their neighbours. Pretty much everything we do is to annoy our neighbours. Nobody enjoys cycling. Nobody looks at how fucked our roads are and how fucked our weather is and think now is a day for lycra and 2 wheels. And yet they're obsessed with it. Why? They're like, well, somebody might want to visit their nan on Sunday, so I'm going to get the fuck in their way. Whilst dressing as an ageing superhero. It turns out I'm one of only about 9 British men in his 40s that hasn't considered spending £5 on a fucking push bike. One of only 9 British men in his 40s that doesn't wake up on a Sunday and think, well, I've stolen swimwear from a 10-year-old boy. Now I'm going to inappropriately squeeze into that and get out in the traffic, pausing only to clatter in and out of Starbucks, sounding like a gang of fucking tap dancers. What I wanted to happen last time was for Scotland to vote to stay with us and then for us to tell them they couldn't. Just the next day, like, sorry lads, while you've been talking about it, we've been talking about it. And the thing is, bagpipes are shit. We reckon you only play them to annoy us. And we've checked online and we can make our own shortbread. So, you know, Braveheart the fuck off. And clearly it wouldn't be like a permanent thing. It would just be like for a little while until their economy was in tatters and their cities were on fire and there were children starving in the street and Sean Connery turned up to make us feel bad about it. So about 8 to 10 days. And then we'd let them come back, but with conditions. Like, you can come back, but that wall needs to get higher and you'll pay them for it. And there's people outside that we don't need anymore and you're having them. We don't need everybody. Have a look around at society. There are people we can do without. Just cut them right out. We'd be better off with that. You're getting nervous now. Don't get nervous. We don't need people that put eyelashes on their cars. I thought they'd mostly died out. But I've been in Liverpool for an hour and a half and I've seen 3. Just flag them down, just explain, look, sorry, you're not quirky, you're a tit. And then just rip the eyelashes off, you're doing them a favour, send them on their way. We don't need those people. We don't need men with white Range Rovers and orange wives. We can lose all of them. We don't need anybody that would look at a dog and think that needs clothes. We don't need the Sunday cyclists because they're only doing it to annoy us. Just knock them off. Just knock them off the bike, plant eyelashes on the body. We don't need people who own restaurants, cafes and pubs who serve food on shit which is not a plate. How did it even fucking start? Did somebody go out for a pizza and they went, oh, so you've got an authentic wood-fired pizza oven, which is great because I would like an authentic Neapolitan pizza. Naples, of course, the birthplace of the pizza, the wood-fired pizza oven reaching a temperature of nearly 800 degrees centigrade, essential for the cooking of the authentic Neapolitan pizza with a very, very thin, hand-stretched, crusty base and the rich, herby tomato sauce and the freshest mozzarella, and then just flashed in that super hot oven for about 90 seconds so it comes out perfect. But once you've done that, could you put it on a bin lid? I don't want a bin lid pizza. I don't want a helmet of soup. I don't want bangers and mash on a quarry tile with broccoli and a flower pot. Because I will guarantee bangers and mash on a quarry tile equals lapful of onion gravy. I ordered fish and chips at a pub in Devon, but fuck me, it was artisan fish and chips, which meant that the fish was arranged on a tiny little piece of net on the edge of the plate. Presumably to show me how they'd caught it, because how else would I enjoy my food without knowing the manner of its death? The chips were presented in a miniature shopping trolley. Presumably to celebrate the fine British tradition of throwing shopping trolleys into rivers and canals. Obviously, I stole it because I wanted to pretend to be a giant in Morrison's. At the side of the fish and chips, mushy peas and tartar sauce. Smeared on driftwood. So it looked like a passing albatross had shit on a fence post. Now, I'm not a fussy eater. Look at me, I'm not a fussy eater. But if I'm eating out, I want to know the stuff's been in the dishwasher, and I've got a dishwasher, and my dishwasher does not have compartments for driftwood and fishing nets, and flower pots and quarry tiles in shopping trolleys, and fucking bin lids.